Hello, good morning. Welcome to Better Life. I'm Dr. Ayu Akishete, and today we are going to continue with hyper productivity. Hyper productivity. Our text is Matthew chapter 25 from verse 14 to 30. That's a parable of dollar. The master gave one $5, gave one $2, gave the last one $1. The one with $5 went to the market and traded with it and made five more. The one with $2 went to the market and traded with it and made two more. The one with $1 buried it. And very particularly, what he said to the master is our focus today. Today, I want to tell you a few things about that servant with $1. There are so many things we need to know about that servant. Many things that will help us in our journey of productivity. Things to know about the one talent servant. Things to know about the one talent servant. Things to know about the one talent servant. These are things that if you know, they will go a long way to help you in your journey of productivity. The one talent servant said, Lord, I knew you that you are a hard man, reaping where you have not sown and gathering where you have not scattered seed. And I was afraid and went and hid your talent in the earth. Lo, there you have what is yours. And the Lord and his Lord answered and said unto him, You wicked and slothful servant, you knew that I reap where I sowed not, and gather where I have not scattered seed. You ought therefore to have put my money to the bankers, and then at my coming I should have received mine with interest. Take therefore the talent from him, and give it unto him which has 10 talents. For unto everyone that has shall be given, and he shall have abundance. But from him that hath not shall be taken away even that which he has. And cast the unprofitable servant into outer darkness. Into outer darkness. Now, quickly, a few facts about the one talent servant, the one talent employee, the one talent kinds of people. Number one, he was too afraid to lose or fail. He was too afraid to lose or fail. He was too afraid to lose or fail. Now, in the case of the parable Jesus gave here, he was afraid he may lose the money, and since the master is a very prudent person, a very shrewd person, he will not take no for an answer. He will not accept nonsense. So he must have thought to himself, instead of doing business and losing this money, let me just keep it for him. There are people like that. Your own money may not be from any master. It could be from your salary. It could be money you have saved up over time. It could be money your parents gave you to start up something. It could be money from a friend to start up something. It could be money from somebody somewhere. It could be an assistance from somewhere. You are so afraid to lose it that you hold on to it and do nothing with it. People like that cannot venture. They are the ones who believe that a bird at hand is worth more than two in the bush. They adopt proverbs that fuel lethargy. They prefer to be looking at their money, looking at their resources, than to multiply the resources. Look, what you don't lose cannot multiply. It cannot. Jesus said, except a corn of wheat falls into the ground and dies, it abides alone. But if you allow it fall into the ground and it dies, then it will bring forth a new life. The way to life is death. The way to succeed is to lose. If you don't lose what you have, you cannot gain more with what you have. You cannot gain more with what you have. If you are afraid to lose, you have lost already. If you are afraid to fail, you have failed already. The fear of failure is worse than failure. Whatever you fear is your boss. It will rule your life. Never ever fear failure, or else it will ruin your productivity. Productivity begins with a belief that you will not fail. Even though you are supposed to plan, even though you are supposed to do feasibility study, but over and above all of that, you must believe that in spite of failure, in spite of the possibilities of failure, in spite of the possibilities of losing, you are still going to venture. Venture. People who are so afraid to fail that they don't take any step, they never succeed. They never go forward. They never produce anything. Productivity begins with a decision to move ahead in spite of the dangers. Productivity begins with a decision to do what you have to do in spite of the possibilities of failure. Number two, he didn't like the idea of making profit for another man's business. the one talent servant who buried his talent. One of the challenges he had is that he didn't like the idea of making profit for another man. You know, when you bring business and profit to your organization as an employee, the profit is not yours. You will be paid your salary. And then in some places, they may give you percentage. Now, this servant will rather not make profit than make profit and not be able to take all of the profit. Now, I am mentioning these syndromes one by one because many people, this is a problem they have. Yeah. The proverb they adopt for life is kakake kuma jesese afishawadano. If I cannot have it all, I rather not make the profit at all. If I cannot take it all, I rather not go for the business at all. And they forget that in life, you will make profit for somebody before you make for yourself. Yeah. You may need to work for somebody before you begin to work for yourself. While you are working for somebody else, while you are making profit for another person, you are gathering information, you are gathering knowledge, you are gathering experience, you are gathering all that you are going to need when you are going to begin to stand on your own. When you are going to stand on your own. This mindset of, if I can't take it all, I won't make it at all. If I have to make it for somebody else, then I will not make it at all. If I have to make profit for somebody else, then I won't make that profit. It is a mindset of failure. You won't be an employee for life, but while you are one, be faithful. It's important. Be faithful. Even God will bless you according to how you handle another man's business. So already, while you are an employee, while you are working for somebody else, while you are making profit for another man's business, heaven is measuring you. The earth is measuring you. Everything is measuring you. They are weighing you. Luke 16 verse 10 to 12. Luke chapter 16 from verse 10 to 12. He that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much, and he that is unjust in the least is unjust also in much. If therefore you have not been faithful in the unrighteous mammon, who will commit to your trust the true riches? And if you have not been faithful in that which is another man's, who shall give you that which is your own? Who? Please understand that you will never become an employer if you were never a faithful employee. You will never become a master if you have not served a master yourself. It's a principle for life and a principle of life. Now that you are under a master, serve well, be faithful. Don't say we are making the profit and is collecting it. No, don't think like that. Don't think like that. Don't join them to follow that kind of a proverb. Because one day you are going to be the one in the under the shade. Don't say the workers are under the sun. The man that will eat it all is under shade, is under AC. One day you are going to be the one under AC. That man has paid his dues. He has been under the sun also. It is time for him to be under the AC now. Now is your turn to be under sun. Please, people who think that if I will have to make the money for another man to enjoy, I will not make that money at all. They don't go forward. They don't go forward. Make money for another, not that you are a servant, not that you are an employee. Because in due season, you are going to be the employer. You are going to be the one under the AC. I want you to please take note of this. Number 3, a few facts about the one talent servant. He wanted the kind of praise and accolade if his friends got. Yeah, he wanted the kind of praise and accolades his friends got. These people, they can die comparing themselves with others. They love comparison. They love to measure themselves with others. His friends must have been working hard and impressing the boss before he traveled. He must have been giving them incentives and encouraging them. This man wanted that order of incentives and encouragement without being as productive as those who received them. He had believed that the boss was partial and hence wicked. It is good to always put yourself in the shoe of those you blame. Before you blame your boss for being partial, ask yourself the question: if I were to be in the boss's shoe, would I have done anything differently? That way you may be able to notice that you have not been too good and correct yourself. I remember the story I heard about one boss who sent out 2 of those under him to go and do market survey about a particular product. When the two of them came back, the Oga gave some incentive to one, and the other one, he told him that you need to buckle up, go to your colleague and learn. He was not happy at all. He was not happy about it. So he told the Oga, how could you do this for him? We went to the same market. We went to do the same survey. Even though at different locations, how could you reward him and not reward me? And then the Oga called the other person to come. Now, here is what happened. The man that was not praised went to the market, consulted with about 4 to 5 people, and then got a few information. The one that was praised, when they brought out his paper and began to read the things he did, he wrote down the names, the location, details of each person that he interviewed. He wrote out the number of goods they have, the number they have sold, which is the goods they want to sell, the number they have sold, and all of that. And then he tabulated everything. And he did percentage sales for each person from Monday to Friday. And then he compared all of them. And then from there, he was able to build an inference that if we can have this number of customers, we should be able to have this kind of target in that market. That one went the extra mile. Look, if you want praise from your boss, impress your boss. Go the extra mile. People don't get praise from their bosses just for fun. The master praised the other servant because they worked hard. They went to the market with 5, they made it 10. One went to the market with 2 and made it 4. You want praise? Work harder. Work harder. Work harder. Work harder. Number 4, fact about the 1 talent servant. He wanted high rating without high productivity. He wanted high rating without high productivity. You don't determine your rating by wishing. If wishes were horses, even beggars will ride. It is your productivity that will determine your rating. You are deciding how you will be rated every day. If you will focus on being productive wherever you find yourself, your rating will be high. The boss rated them while he was with them. Hence, the reason for different amount given to them. He gave one 5 talent, he gave one 2 talent, he gave the last one 1 talent. He had been rating them every day for months, maybe for years. You can't have 1 talent productivity and expect to push 5 talent to. No, life will not push 5 talent to you. If your productivity is 1 talent, if your productivity is 2 talent, why life will not put 10 talent to you? No, it does not happen like that. If you want 10 talent, let your productivity reflect 10 talent. And the last point, facts about the 1 talent servant. It was wicked. Wicked people don't ever want to be an advantage to anyone. They rather want to take advantage of others. That's the mindset of zero. The mindset for zero productivity. If you want hyper productivity, become an advantage to others. They will from there see your abilities. Even others that you are not even working for will see your abilities. And in good time, they will stand and bless you. They will stand and bless you. Look, that day you have the chance and power to help, do it gladly. Become an advantage to everybody around you, one way or the other. Particularly to your bosses, give your best and do your best. It will come back to you. Ultimately, the first 2 servants became partners of their master, and one was thrown out. Whether you are going to be excused, whether you are going to be sacked or not, you are determining that every day. I leave you for this way today. God bless you.